If you're going to be installing your new Lightning Stitch software on an INNOVA equipped AutoPilot, you can use the HP computer already on your machine. Take the SD card software that was included in your kit and insert the SD card into the SD card reader, which is a USB device, and then plug that into the lower left or right corner of the USB ports available on your HP. Then choose Open Folder to view files by double-clicking. In the SD card you will see a program called Lightning Release version 1.02. You can move that to your desktop. You can leave it on the SD card also. Right-click on the Lightning Release version 1.02 file that you just moved to the desktop and extract all by left-clicking. This will open up another folder. You can do extract. And now a folder window will open up showing the unzipped folder, and you can double click this to open it up. Inside you'll find a number of files plus the Lightning Loader version 1.07. If you highlight these files with your left mouse click and then click on the highlighted files, you can drag them back to your SD card. Now, if you are using a AutoPilot equipped machine, you will see an emerald downloading file probably in the middle of your desktop. It is the file folder that we normally use for downloading information into your servo controller. I have moved that file temporarily off the screen so we can reinstall again, and you can see the procedure that you'll need to follow. So double click Lightning Loader version 1.07. And click on Setup, and Next, and Next, and Next, and Next, and Next, and Finish. Now you need to go to the Start bar and click on the Start bar and go to All Programs and see if you can find the Emerald Program Downloader. It usually loads one folder in here. You can see here it is. Emerald Program Downloader. And you can copy it out of there onto the desktop and release it. And that moves it over to here. You can also check one other location. Check My Computer. C drive. Double click. Program 86, and you'll see there's another Emerald Downloader file program here. Drag that also out to the desktop, and you'll get a folder message that wants to know if you want to merge the two folders, and you say yes. Now you can close all the extra file folders that are open. Actually, you can leave this one open because we're not quite done with it yet. And on the Emerald Program folder, we can double click that. And we can get rid of the icon by right clicking and deleting. We can get rid of backup by right clicking and deleting. And this leaves the Emerald Program Downloader. You now want to take the EXF file that was still on your, that was originally on your SD card and now was in the Lightning Release version 1.02 folder, and copy that into the Emerald Program Downloader. Now remember that if this was a HP equipped machine on an AutoPilot, this already exists. So all you need to do is find the Emerald Program Downloader and copy this new EXF file into that folder so it looks like this. There may be others in there, but we want the 3862RM in that folder. So if you don't have a folder, you have one now, and if you did have a folder, you have the original folder. You can just move the file in and you don't have to do setup. You can now close this file. Now, still left to do in the folder Lightning Release version 1.02 is to run the CP210X file. Double click that. Now, since we've already run it once on this computer, you're probably going to see some copy messages or duplicate messages. You can just ignore those. If this is the first time you're doing it on your HP, you won't see that. And if you're doing it for the first time on a laptop or another computer, you won't be seeing it. Here it says existing installed instances are detected. As I said, we've already installed it once. We're going to do it again. And now we do next, and we accept the license agreement. We do next, and we do install. And when we come to the finish, we do finish. And now we do the actual bridge driver installer. This will tell us what COM port is going to be assigned. So we do install. And the computer is just telling us we already have them. Once again, if you haven't done this on your new computer, you won't get this message. You just do OK. And we're done. Sitting on your SD card now are the files that we've assigned to that card, which have to be installed in your Advantech computer. We are now ready to do phase 2, which is downloading the primary files into the INNOVA controller. So you can close this out. And we'll be using our SD card shortly, but for right now we'll be running the Emerald download program. And we'll run the program downloader. In order to run the program downloader, you may, depending on what kind of an AutoPilot you have to change the controller type to a different unit. The controller that we are currently using is the LMC400. Some AutoPilots already use this controller, so you'll have this highlighted in this box. If you have a different controller in this box, make a note of what that controller is. You will still need to have to highlight the LMC400 in order to do a download. We need to find out what COM port is being assigned, and we'll find out what that is as soon as we plug in and attempt to do the first download. To find the controller, we need to remove the back of the INNOVA, and I would loosen up all of the screws on one side and 2 screws on the other and pull the cover straight back. Being careful. And the controller that we're looking for is at the bottom. It's right here. And we need to power on the machine. And the port that we're going to be using is the first port to the left. It's the only port that will fit the cord that you'll be using. Take your USB cord and plug it in. The printer end, which is called the B, plugs right into the only port available that will fit that plug. Take the other end of the cord and plug it into an available USB port on the side of the machine, back at your HP. Now when you plug the cord in, which I'm about to do, into one of the available USB ports, again, you will have removed at this point your SD flash card, so you can use the same port where that was plugged in. We are looking for a message which should occur somewhere around the bottom right area where the pointer is pointing right now. That'll tell us what COM port is being assigned. Now if we don't get the message here, we're going to have to check and find what COM port has been assigned to the UART bridge. To check on the COM port assignment, go to the start bar, go to the control panel. It's probably easier if you change your category view to small icons. And look for System. And look for Device Manager. Look for Ports, COM. Double click. Look for Silicon Labs CP210 USB to UART bridge. The assignment is, in this case, COM3. The assignment, in your case, probably won't be 3, but it could. Once you know what the assignment is, you can close this. And you can close this. And here you will have to put COM port 3. Now we need to go to File, Open. Find the file we just inserted, the new EXF file, which in this case is 3862RM. Double click. It types the name into the program. And when we got that in there, we can now do download. A series of blue boxes tells you that the software is being updated into the back of the INNOVA. When that occurs, you are done. You may want to, before you continue with this, you may want to put this back to the original setting if this is an HP. Because remember, the primary use for this normally is to download software into your servo controller. So in this particular case, this one would be set at 4. And this machine is equipped with an LMC 400 controller. So we would just leave it there, but if not, we would go back and look for the other controllers available. And it might be an Emacs, might be our current controller. So always check your, if you're using a standard Emerald download program that's already there, always check it and write down what the instructions are for controller type, so you know how to return it. Now we're done with this area. The last step that we have to complete is uploading the Advantech computer. Now before we can upload software into the Advantech computer, after downloading, we need to power the system down because there's going to be a communications error on the main screen. To start the Advantech process, we need to power up the INNOVA, turning on the Advantech screen. After the screen has powered up, you can insert your SD card. The back side, the little brass strips showing, go into a slot right underneath the front edge of the machine. And push it all the way up until it clicks. Then find the red X on the front screen. And this will take you back up to the main screen. Now, once again, this screen has already been updated once, so I'm going to be going through the process. You know it's updated because on the main screen you see L Update, which is a shortcut. But to start the process, we do My Device. Double click. And we go to the SD card. Double click. And the first thing we need to do is find Lightning Update. Lightning Update, and highlight with one click. Then go to Edit and do copy. Then close it out by going to the X in the right corner. Go back to My Device. go to hard disk, documents and settings, and paste Lightning Update. As you can see, it's already here, but we'll do it again. And paste. And of course it's telling me that it's already there, and do I want to copy over it, and we can say yes. You won't see that, of course, because you won't have that in your machine. And then X to close out this folder. And then my device again. And SD card. And now we need update link and L update. So update link, highlight once, edit, copy, close it, my device, back up to hard disk, start up, and copy. And now you can see we have update link here. Then close it out. And my device. Back up to SD card. Go to L update. Highlight once. Go to edit. Go to copy. Close out. My device again. Hard disk. Startup. And copy. Now, that puts L update and update link onto the screen. And close it out. Now, at this stage, you're just about completed. You've moved the important files to the proper locations. You've also added a new shortcut to your Lightning Stitch. So from here on in, any new software that you will need to install will be automatic. In the future, all you'll need to do is power down, insert the SD card that you get, power up the machine. It will automatically do the transfer when you X out of the main screen to the desktop and double-click L update. When you double-click L update, the updating process will be completed. Then you can power down and remove your SD card. So once again, on the desktop there will be a new file called L update, and this is what you will click after you power down. So power down the machine. You need to leave the SD card still inside the machine. Power up the machine and wait till it goes to the desktop. From the desktop, it'll go to the Lightning Stitch main menu. Once in the main menu, exit out with the red X. Now you will see the L update. Double click. A number of things occur on the screen, and when it's done, it's updated and you have completed the operation. Power down the machine. Remove the SD card by pushing up on the bottom of the SD card and remove it. You will now see some new instruction sets. You see pick up, jog, and tie off. Pick up will do the same thing as you hitting the white button, but normally, as you know, you have to hit the white button twice in order to bring the needle back up. If you hit pick up, it'll just go up and down and pick up the thread. Jog will allow you to gently jog the machine. Very useful if you want to bring the needle slowly down near the material so you can see the exact location of where the needle is going to enter. And tie off will allow you to do a few tacks in position. The number of tacks will be determined by the setting in setup. And there's a new feature that you don't see on the screen but is hidden inside of stitches per inch. If you change stitches per inch to a number less than 5, the machine will automatically go into auto-based mode. So if you set the stitches for 2, the machine will automatically switch into auto-based, which means that as you move the INNOVA, every half an inch it will punch a stitch. And it's very fast. So as you just move along in a straight line to do your basting on your top or on your sides, the INNOVA will be making you half-inch basting stitches. That completes your installation of your latest software.